All right, we're going to start with Kanye West pushing Kim Kardashian closer and closer to the edge in this battle over their kid.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Here's what's really going on. One of the most famous, and let's be honest, most dramatic people in the game is caught up in drama again. And honestly, no one's surprised anymore. Every time this guy posts something online, especially on X, the whole entertainment world goes crazy. But this time, it's not just about strange interviews or confusing tweets. It's about something much more serious.
Deeper. Because she has made this very clear, she wants her kids to have a relationship with their father. She's not trying to stand in the way of that. But when he says things like this, at some point, she has to be thinking, I don't know if this is good for our kid.
We're talking about his family, his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, and their very public fight over who gets custody of their 4 kids. Things are getting out of control, and it's starting to feel very real. Let's go back to where it all started. When Ye and Kim officially broke up in 2021, it was like the whole internet stopped. They used to be the perfect power couple, famous, rich, and followed by millions. But all that luxury was just for show. Behind the scenes, their relationship was falling apart.
You're guilty. Absolutely, I did. That was my fault. They're saying that you killed me. No, that was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with him. But that wasn't God's plan.
By the time Kim went to court with the divorce papers, fans already knew things weren't going well. Even though the divorce was finalized in 2022, the real drama started after the papers were signed. It's been far from smooth ever since. Here's where it gets really tense. Their custody battle over North St. Chicago and Psalm. On paper, it's joint custody, but let's be honest. Insiders say he barely sees the kids, and Kim is the one handling everything day to day. While she's trying to provide stability and peace for her kids, yes, public breakdowns and unpredictable actions keep making things harder. Every headline, viral clip, and controversial move just adds more chaos. And it's the kids who end up suffering. He's made some crazy accusations against Kim and her family. Everything from brainwashing to manipulation. And don't even get started on his social media rants. Those meltdowns have taken things to a whole new level of chaos. Now, let's talk about that online behavior.
Get to a point where we don't think that Kanye West can shock us anymore, and then he says something that is so shocking, so alarming. It's one thing to go after Kim, say whatever you want, I guess. It's his ex-wife. It's horrible, but he says it. To say things that will redound against the kids is just unforgivable. I mean, we've been through this so many times. We say it all the time. Wearing the Nazi shirt is unforgivable. The Klan hood itself.
Where do we even begin? Over the past few years, he has turned his social media into a digital battleground, sharing personal drama like it's a reality show with no filter. From going after Kim to taking shots at brands like Balenciaga, YZY, and even Jay-Z, no one has been safe from his anger. He's even made unsettling references to controversial historical figures that most people believe shouldn't be praised. Every post causes outrage, confusion, and then, of course, the internet goes wild with memes. But beneath all the viral chaos, there's something much darker happening. His posts aren't just loud, they're scary. They become more unstable, aggressive, and outright disturbing. People are now seriously questioning his mental health. And with good reason. One deleted post recently shocked everyone, where he claimed Kim and her family were brainwashing their kids. In that post, he accused the Kardashians of using their fame and media power to manipulate his children. He didn't hold back, going on about how they're being exploited, and even suggesting some kind of evil plan behind their upbringing. Wild, right? And while these statements are shocking, the truth is, this isn't the first time he's made serious accusations with no proof.
You know, the thing about the kids at some point here, and not for the younger ones, it's at some point. For North, it's right now, right? That even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids that her friends at school, they're going to know about it. They're going to see it. And it's just, it puts the kids in a horrible situation.
This is just the latest chapter in a long series of eyebrow-raising, mind-bending rants that keep pushing the limits and leave everyone wondering what he'll say next. But it's not just what he posts that's raising alarms. It's how quickly he changes his tune. 1 minute, he's posting sweet clips with his kids, smiling, and talking about how much he loves them. The next, he's threatening an all-out war with Kim over custody. And somehow, even Khloe Kardashian gets pulled into it all. All of this started over a simple photo of North. Just one picture, and boom, he spiraled into another full-blown rant. What should have been a harmless family moment turned into another meltdown, accusing Kim and her family of control and exploitation, dragging the whole situation back into the spotlight.
This is how he was rendered. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence. But this is my
Classic E, nothing stays calm for long. But here's where it stops being just drama and starts getting serious. These online outbursts are causing damage beyond just the internet. Word is, Kim is seriously considering her legal options, including possibly going back to court to change the custody arrangement. And honestly, can you blame her? She's reportedly worried about how his public behavior could affect their kids. It's not just emotional, either. We're talking about real-world consequences. Everyone in his rants makes co-parenting harder, and people are questioning whether he's in the right mindset to make decisions that impact their children's future. Even though Kim has been doing everything she can to protect the kids from the chaos, it's clear things are spiraling out of control, and the drama is getting way too close to home. And we can't ignore the mental health side of things, because it's obvious to everyone now. He's been open about living with bipolar disorder, and while it was powerful when he first spoke about it, shining a light on something millions deal with, lately it's clear he's struggling to manage it, and it's affecting everything, from his family life to his public image.
second option. I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to zombie land.
His wild behavior, snap decisions, and tendency to lash out at the people closest to him all point to someone who's clearly not in a stable place right now. And while both fans and critics have been urging him to get help, he's been shutting it down completely. In fact, in his latest track, Bianca, he directly accuses his wife, Bianca Censori, of trying to get him committed. He claims he's not sick and can't even understand why she would bring that up. And speaking of Bianca, their relationship has been anything but smooth. The Australian architect married Yi in late 2022, shortly after his split from Kim, and it's been chaotic ever since. This is definitely not your typical love story. From Yi designing a see-through dress for Bianca to wear at the Grammys to their loud public arguments, these two have been putting on a full-blown spectacle from the very beginning.
Think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house?
Now, with the release of Bianca, Ye has added even more fuel to the fire, giving fans an unfiltered look into their messy relationship. In the lyrics, Ye reveals that Bianca left him after he used their car's GPS to track her location. He says she freaked out over his social media behavior and even tried to have him locked up because of it. He portrays himself as a man feeling cornered and betrayed by the one person he thought had his back. The song is raw, no filter, no sugarcoating, just pure pain and paranoia. You can feel it in every line. He seems to think the world is turned against him, that no one truly understands him, and he's out here standing alone.
You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends.
But maybe the most unsettling part of all this isn't just what he's going through. It's how the public is reacting. Some people are laughing. Others are turning into memes. And a few are genuinely concerned. But through all the noise, it's clear that something's seriously wrong. And the whole world is watching it unravel in real time. On one hand, there's real concern for Ye's mental health. Fans, mental health advocates, and even some celebrities have been pleading with him to prioritize his health, step back from the chaos, and get the help he needs. On the other hand, there's this dark fascination with watching him spiral. People scroll through his rants like it's the latest season of reality TV, breaking down every line in his songs and gossiping about his personal drama like it's just entertainment. forgetting there's an actual human being at the center of all this mess. As his world continues to fall apart in front of millions, the big question is, what's next? Could he ever fix things with Kim? Will he finally figure out a way to co-parent without all the public battles? Or is he just going to keep crashing through every relationship, burning bridges left and right until there's nothing left but the ashes of legacy? One thing for sure about Ye, you never know what's coming next. He's the king of unpredictability. And just when it feels like we've hit the peak of the madness, boom.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard.
Here comes the next twist in the saga, and this time, it involves none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Yeah, that Diddy. Their connection is throwing a whole new curveball into the mix, because if you thought Ye's story was already wild, get ready. This next chapter blurs the lines between fame, business, and straight-up mystery. Their bond is raising eyebrows all over the industry, and it's unclear what's really going on behind closed doors. Whispers about shady deals, strange alliances, and backroom conversations are spreading fast. The fact that Ye and Diddy are even linking up right now is crazy in itself, especially considering everything both of them have going on separately. So just when you thought the drama couldn't get any messier, Ye's connection with Diddy adds fuel to the fire. This isn't just about music. It's not just about fashion.
And they said they wondered if this is all just an act, which I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Kanye's, got the puppet strings going.
This isn't just about music deals or industry respect. This runs deeper. We're talking about loyalty, friendships, and the shady power games that happen behind the scenes in Hollywood. So let's dive into Ye's unexpected ride or die bond with Diddy, his bold public support for the music mogul, and what it really reveals about the dark side of fame. Picture this. Diddy, one of the biggest titans in the game, is now drowning in legal drama. His name is all over the headlines, and the accusations surrounding him have left the public stunned. It's a total reputation meltdown. And while most people are backing away slowly, Ye is doing the exact opposite. Never one to shy away from the heat, Ye has doubled down on his support for Diddy in the most unapologetic way possible. No hesitation, no filter.
Can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James.
But before we dive into their latest moves, let's rewind and set the vibe. Ye and Diddy aren't just industry acquaintances. They go way back. Their connection has been brewing for years, built on mutual respect and legacy. Diddy has been seen as a mentor to Ye, a blueprint for how to rise, conquer, and stay relevant in the cutthroat world of fame. He wasn't just showing him the ropes. He was teaching him the game. But it's even deeper than just business. There's a real emotional bond there, one that Ye has opened up about more than once. "You raised me even when I didn't know you," he reportedly told Diddy on a phone call not long ago. That line alone says everything about where Ye's heart is. This isn't just support, it's loyalty on another level. And in the middle of Diddy's storm, Ye isn't flinching. He's standing 10 toes down, proving he's not afraid to back the people he sees as family, even if the whole world is ready to cancel them.
Just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to...
Now, fast forward to what's happening right now. Diddy's in deep legal trouble from all directions, his image shattered, and former industry friends are distancing themselves left and right. But not Ye. Instead of backing off, he's charging full speed ahead, standing right next to Diddy like nothing's wrong. And in classic Ye fashion, he took it even further. He didn't just show support. He dropped a whole new track featuring Diddy, Diddy's son Christian, and a rising artist from Chicago. The song, Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine, sounds poetic, right? But this track has already stirred up major controversy, and that's putting it mildly. People are wondering if the whole thing's some kind of publicity stunt. Some even think Ye's pulling the strings behind the scenes, playing the game like a master manipulator. And honestly, it wouldn't be the wildest thing he's done. But here's where it goes from controversial to explosive. The song also includes vocals from Ye's daughter, North. That's right, his eldest child is on the track. At first glance, it might not seem like a huge deal. Artists involve their families in projects all the time, right? But with everything going on, especially the heat surrounding Diddy, This move hits different. Kim Kardashian, Ye's ex, was reportedly livid. Sources say she flipped when she found out North was featured, and even tried to block the release of the track altogether. She rushed to request an emergency court hearing to stop it from going public, citing that she didn't want her daughter tied to Diddy's current legal mess. And honestly, given the situation, can anyone really blame her? The optics alone are straight up uncomfortable. But you didn't back down for a second. Kim raised major concerns about their daughter being linked to the scandal, and instead of hearing her out, ye dropped the track anyway. No delays, no edits, just full send. Of course, the fallout was immediate. Kim was reportedly furious again, and whatever fragile piece they had left as co-parents cracked even more. But to Ye, this wasn't just about a song or pushing buttons. Nah, this was bigger. This was his statement. A bold one, a messy one, and definitely one not everyone's vibing with, but one he clearly thought needed to be made. So what's the message here? On the surface, it might seem like he's just showing loyalty to a longtime friend during a tough moment. But if you've been following Ye for a while, you already know nothing he does is just surface level. There are always layers.
Her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
He's been vocal for years about how he sees celebrity culture. He's talked repeatedly about how the industry is controlled by hidden hands, how the powerful use celebrities as pawns or scapegoats to control the narrative. In his mind, fame isn't freedom, it's a trap. And now, with this move with Diddy, he's doubling down on that belief. He's saying loud and clear, I see what y'all are trying to do, and I'm not playing along. He's painting a picture where public takedowns aren't just about accountability. They're part of something bigger. In a recent interview, you went off again about how black celebrities, in particular, are targeted, pressured, manipulated, and controlled by forces behind the curtain. He even named names, calling out people he claims are caught in the system or helping to keep it running. It's a bold move, no doubt about it, and one that's kicked off a storm of debate. Is he really trying to expose some hidden truth in the industry? Or is this just another wild moment of him stirring the pot to keep the spotlight locked on him? Either way, one thing for sure, everybody's talking. But just when you think things can't get any more bizarre, boom, a prison phone call drops. Yep, a video hit the internet where Diddy, allegedly calling from behind bars, is heard warning Ye to stay sharp. Watch out, there's people trying to end us. That line sent chills through the internet and added another layer of mystery to this already twisted saga. What made it even more intense is that Diddy also took a second during that call to thank Ye, not for music or publicity, but for checking in on his family while he's been locked up. He said, ain't nobody reach out to them. Ain't nobody call. That meant so much. That moment pulled back the curtain on their relationship, showing it's not just about industry politics. There's real emotion there, real loyalty. But here's where it gets sketchy. How did this call even get out in the first place? Sources say Diddy had no idea it was being recorded, let alone that it would be leaked to the public. Yet here it is, flooding timelines and going viral fast. And the wildest part? The footage doesn't just capture personal talk. It allegedly shows Ye and Diddy diving deep into conspiracy-level talk, throwing out theories about who's pulling the strings in the industry and what they believe is really happening behind the scenes. While Ye's camp has stayed completely silent about how that prison call got out, insiders are buzzing, saying this could be part of his ongoing mission to push transparency and expose what he sees as hidden truths in the industry. Still, the whole thing is people asking, did Ye cross a line by leaking such a raw personal convo? Or is this just Ye doing what he always does, using wild, unpredictable moves to get his message across? The timing of that leak is super suspicious. It just so happens to drop right after a wave of Ye's explosive rants on social media. Ones he later deleted, of course. In one of those now vanished posts, Ye doubled down on his belief that celebrities are being controlled by invisible puppet masters. He even hinted that Diddy's legal mess could be part of some bigger operation, a calculated takedown of powerful voices like his. The internet, of course, lit up. Some called him paranoid. Others said he might actually be onto something. Whether folks think he's exposing the truth or just spinning out again, one thing's undeniable. He knows how to make people stop and think twice about what's really going on behind the velvet curtain of celebrity life. And it gets deeper. Sources say he has been reaching out to other big names in the industry, trying to rally them to publicly back Diddy. Not everyone's jumping on board. Though, while a few celebs have quietly shown support, most are keeping it low-key. They're scared. Scared of backlash, scared of headlines, scared of being next. Word is, there's a real split forming in Hollywood, a behind-the-scenes divide where some stars are allegedly too afraid to speak out, while others are just trying to stay neutral and protect their brands. But he is not about playing it safe. If there's one thing he's proven over and over again, it's that he'll take the heat, stir the pot, and stand solo in the storm if that's what it takes to say what he believes.
Has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Still, not everyone's riding with him this time. Critics haven't held back, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. His full-on support for Diddy, despite the heavy accusations surrounding him, has been called tone-deaf and reckless by many. And what stirred the pot even more? His decision to involve North in that controversial track. It's got folks questioning his judgment as a father. Like, is this really the kind of chaos he wants his daughter tangled up in? And with his custody battle with Kim still simmering in the background, this move could seriously come back to haunt him. Using their daughter's voice on a track tied to a scandal like this? That's not just messy, that's a legal minefield. But he has never been one to play by the rules or care what the public thinks. He's always moved to his own beat, and this situation is no different. For Ye, this isn't just about loyalty to Diddy. It's about flipping the script, questioning the system, and making a stand in a world he swears is rigged against him. Love him or hate him, one thing for sure, Ye knows how to keep the world watching. So where does that leave everything? On one side, you got Ye battling inner demons, blasting through controversy, and staying stubbornly loyal to a friend in the middle of a storm. On the other, there's Diddy, once seen as untouchable, now facing serious heat and an uncertain future. And caught in between it all is the public, trying to piece together a puzzle that keeps changing by the hour. Ye's world is messy, unpredictable, and full of twists. And clearly, this saga is far from over. But now, we want to hear your thoughts. Is Ye's support for Diddy a bold stand for loyalty or a dangerous misstep that could cost him everything, including custody of his kids? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for all the latest drama and celebrity updates. This story is just heating up, and we'll be here to break it all down.